other stuff. And just my calling, man. Come to find out, a few years in the service, I did a lot of family history, and the Conwell family has been in the military ever since the Revolutionary War. We've been in every conflict. There's documentation of all of us being in all the major conflicts and stuff like that. We're military is just in our blood, man.
Well, that's nice to hear. So, what was your job in the Army? Because I read a little bit about it, but I didn't see your MOS or your job title.
I was generator mechanic, 91 Delta. Was trying to choose something that could benefit outside the military, but also would give me the benefit of going anywhere and everywhere. Got to do a little bit of gunning for my commander while we was deployed to Iraq. So we had a pretty good service, man.
So I got to ask you, your duty station was your basic training was at Fort Knox, correct?
Roger that.
You were there 2007?
No, 2006.
Oh, 2006. Okay. Did you ever go off the rappel tower?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember your instructor? Do you remember your instructors that day?
I mean, besides my drill sergeants, other than that, no.
I might have been one of them that was pushing you off the tower that day. I know the drill sergeants usually were up top, and we're usually the instructors on tying the Swiss seats.
Yeah, I had a drill sergeant Joaquin, drill sergeant Angel.
And I remember Angel. So I kind of remember some of the drill sergeants throughout the troops, but it's kind of hard. But yeah, I was a cadre member there. So I did 2 deployments to Iraq out of Fort Riley. Went back to Fort Knox where I did my scout school at, and I was a cadre. And I went to Air Assault Rappel Master. So I was kicking kids off the towers.
Right.
So cool story.
We got there end of July of 06. So we got in our school by August.
Okay, so. Yeah, I was out there then. So cool story. You might laugh at it. So we have, of course, there's kids that get up there and they nut up basically. They get scared. And we had a colonel with the tanker training that wasn't going to have it. We're on top of a tower one day. Kid wouldn't go. He was just hanging on to that to whatever he could. He said, "No, you're going off the tower." So like, all right. So drill sergeants held him down. I hooked him up, pushed him off. Like, see ya. About halfway down, he passed out. So
that's funny. Can't do that shit nowadays, man. They'll
dude,
cut your ass right out, which is a shame, you know.
Well, he learned. It was funny as he got recycled though, and he was back at the tower anyways, like a month or 2 later. So after that, where'd you go for AIT?
I went to Aberdeen Proving Grounds. I think we were either the 5th or 6th class before they ended up shutting down.
Yeah. Well, they shut everything down. Even Knox is pretty much shut down now, except for a few things, but sucks. But and your first duty station was Fort Riley?
No, that was my second to last duty station. I did a year of reserves here in Charlotte. Went active duty January 1st, 08 with the Grafenberg, Germany, 57 Signal Company, 176, 172nd Infantry Brigade. Deployed out of there. Spent about 18 months at Fort Lee, and then came to Fort Riley. You were on Fort Riley, so you should know Trooper Drive pretty well.
Yep.
Coming down Custer Hill on Trooper Drive, heading towards the commissary.
Yep.
You know that big ravine that sits off to the right-hand side?
Yeah.
That's where I lost my legs.
What the heck happened?
I was going to get my guys lunch and hit black ice and ran off that sucker.
Yep. Damn.
I always wondered why there wasn't a guardrail there. I was like, just like my first few months was like, hey, that's just kind of odd. And, yeah, there's one there now.
I would sure hope so. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you some stories about Fort Riley, but they're not really necessary for this on here. So yeah, it was there only because, and especially when I first got there, I went to 270th Armor, which by the time you were there was probably already gone because I was in 1st Armor Division. before they moved down to Fort Bliss. And yeah, I had about 2 weeks after I got there, right out of training, that they told us don't unpack your bags. You're going straight to Iraq, and I went. So that's what I signed up for.
Right.
But how was okay? So after you lost your leg, and your other one got messed up too, of course, or did you lose both of them?
Well, I say legs, man. My right leg from the kneecap down is 30 screws, 4 plates, 10-inch rod. I can't feel my foot. I can't use my toes to balance. So it's just like having a BK on the right side. So it's all jacked up. That's why I wear a Ideo brace, man. It keeps me keeps me stable. It takes away a lot of the pain. If I didn't have this brace, it'd be very, very painful to walk. So
yeah, I can only imagine. So okay, so that happened. How much longer did you stay in after that? It couldn't have been a whole lot longer.
I didn't. They didn't retire me out until October 27th, 15. Actually, on my they transferred me. I went to KU Meds where I had the amputation and stuff done. On my birthday, my 34th birthday, they transferred me to the Audie Murphy VA down in San Antonio, where I joined the WTU there at Fort Sam. They wanted me to go through the CFI for therapy and stuff, but the way the Army was acting, they had already started my med board before I even came out of the hospital. So my therapy was shit.
Yeah.
I had to fire the first 3 therapists I had because all they wanted me to do was take a walker and go upstairs on the track and just walk. But like I said, it was very painful.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like the last 2.5 months that I was there that I linked up with a therapist that actually gave a shit.
That's good.
She got me the Ideo brace, which helped out a lot. But the doctors, at that point in time, were just like, dude, you're just not gonna walk again. Just face it. You're overweight. I was over 400 pounds by then, man. I laid in the hospital for an entire year.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sunk in my head. Oh well, you know what I mean, and just came on home.
So okay, so this whole process, and then you finding out that you're getting medically retired. So you did what, 12, 13 years then?
No, I was right at my 10-year mark, man. I had just re-enlisted. I was going to go to Fort Lee and do ALC. I was going to come back and then pack up and then go be stationed at Fort Lee to be an instructor at the generator school. And then after that, I was supposed to go out to Fort Benning.
Jeez.
So I had like the next 6 years planned out pretty much, and it was kind of gone.
Gone in a blink of eye. So while you're going through all this, and then of course you're figuring out the whole thing with the leg. I mean, what was your mental health at that point? It couldn't have been good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to it than just the injuries and stuff, man. The woman that I was married to at the point in time, she was already screwing around with somebody else. I'd literally be laying in bed on Fort Sam and be listening to her have phone sex with another dude in the bathroom. It was horrible, man. I mean, to be honest, it was horrible. Came home, got divorced. She ran off with half of everything that she could. She ended up beating me while I was in recovery. So as I'm sitting here freshly amputated and shit in the wheelchair, I'm getting knocked out of the wheelchair, get hit back of the head with frying pans and stuff like that. And her thing was, if you tell anybody I'm doing this, then I'm gonna tell them that you're trying to rape me. I'm like, the moment in time I was like, how would that even be possible? I can't hardly go to the bathroom, much less do that. But I know I was getting my retirement, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Came home, and it was okay, man. Friends that I've had forever were just in bad shapes. People got hooked up on drugs and stuff, man. It was just kind of coming in, using me and shit, man. Had a lot of my stuff stole and pawned off and whatnot, man. It's from 2015 till October 2020, man, was very hard.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you transitioned out. I mean, clearly you're doing better now. I see that you're working out. You're very active in the uh in different games. Can you talk about that a little bit? All the games, all the stuff that you're doing
Um,
now.
so for people with disabilities, there's a thing called adaptive sports. Regular sports, volleyball, basketball, track and field events, swimming events, bicycling, you name it, man. There's a way that the world is adapted to it. I'm what they call a professional para athlete. I hold my Paralympic license. I'm internationally classified. Those are a couple of things that you got to have if you're ever thinking about trying to make the Paralympics. I was introduced to it in 2021. Like I've already been walking, I started walking on my own October 2020. I got back in the gym that December. Um, by May of 2021, I went from 415 pounds down to 280. Um,
Nice.
got my energy back, got my self love and everything back. Uh, so our adaptive sports coordinator introduced me to the National Wheelchair Games. I went up to New York City, uh, took a silver and disc and a bronze and shot, and fell in love with it, man. I was like, I had fun. I was able to travel. I got to see New York City for the first time. Um, so I came home and got me a throwing coach. Her name's Adrienne Wilson. She's a 5-time world women's champion in the Highlander Games. Started working with Joe Ken, the Carolina Panthers ex-strength coach. Got some
Nice.
really cool people underneath my belt, man. And now I'm 310 pounds solid.
I've
um,
seen your transformation and it looks very impressive. So you're definitely crushing it so far. So
I appreciate it, man. But last year, I got married to the most amazing woman I've ever met on the 5th of March. Um, Competed in the Army trials in April. Went to my first international competition, Desert Challenge, out in Arizona. May took gold in men's disc against 13 other countries. Then
jeez.
went to the National Wheelchair Games, took gold in powerlifting, adaptive fitness, and silvered out in my throwing events. And then went to the DoD Warrior Games last August, took gold in shot, silver in disc, and silver in wheelchair basketball, man. And I'm being watched by the Paralympic committee very, very, very hard. I actually got an email from them about a week and a half ago now about nationals out Chula Vista, California. So we're
Okay.
trying to raise some money up so we can get out there. If I place in a certain category, then hopefully we'll get picked for the World Championship team, and we'll be one step away from the Paralympic teams. So we're almost there.
Awesome. So you've actually won a couple medals already, haven't you? And like, how many medals total have you got so far?
In on my wall right now, I got four. I got 4 golds, 4 silvers, and 3 bronze.
So this is like legit. This is what you do now. This is all that, and
Yep.
and you're clearly very good at it. So
Well, I
so
mean,
how many times you
go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
It's just like
How many times a
anything.
day do you like how much do you work out? I know it's all good. How much do you work
Dude,
out?
I work out 5 to 6 days a week. Um,
Okay.
I practice as much as I can when it comes to shot disc. It's just like anything else, man. You got to put the work in. You can't just expect to be good at something if you're not out there practicing. Um, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning with my wife. Dump my food. Dude, I eat so much food a day. It's not even funny. But I try to get all my vitamins, my minerals and stuff from food. Anybody who's trying to lift weights and being in fitness,
Yeah.
there's no shortcuts to losing weight or gaining muscle. It's all in your food. Um, get the kids off to school and go hit the gym. And I got my throwing chair and put it up out in the yard, man, and start throwing. And pretty much our day, man. Try to hit the gym at least twice a day.
Now, does your wife go around with you, or does she just stay home, or?
No, she works. She runs the medical
Okay.
office over in Gastonia.
Oh,
She's got
okay.
her bachelor's degree in medical administration and management. So she's got a pretty cool job. I got a competition this Saturday at UNCC. It's called the 49er Classic. I got this event blessed off by the Paralympic Committee to count as record for me. So going out there to throw. So this will be the first one that she's actually get to see up close and personal. Next
Nice.
month, she'll get to go with me next month as well. We got the 2023 Palmetto Games at Clemson University. That one I actually had to go through Parasports to sign up for, so that one's being looked at by the Paralympic Committee. We got Nationals in May, and then we'll be at the Wheelchair Games in Portland, Oregon in July.
Awesome. So you sound like a pretty busy guy.
During this time of year, man, it is. Trying to get the kids finished up from school. My daughter, my youngest daughter, does dance and cheerleading for a cheerleading company here in town. Between work and stuff like that. This is a busy time. By August it'll cool out whenever school starts back up. It'll just be me back in the weight room and trying to slam on more muscle, get stronger, and get ready for next year.
Well, how big are you trying to get? I mean, you're already 310 pounds.
We measured my arms. There's a picture on
God.
Facebook. We measured my arms the other day. It was 21 and a half inches around. Dude, I'm not a small guy, man. But I put in the work though, brother. I mean, it's not like anybody can't do this. It's a mindset, it's a lifestyle. You got to throw the sugar out, sodas out, sweet tea out, McDonald's, Burger King. You can't
alcohol.
Do that. Get the alcohol. I mean, it's a way of life, but it's my way of life. Adaptive sports gave me my purpose back. It helped me find my wife. There's a lot of people on social media nowadays, especially on TikTok. They put all these videos up. Oh, I want my true love. I want my soulmate. That's so depressing. Anybody want to see it? That's not attractive to me. Dude, I was just being myself, man. Putting out positive quotes and putting out my workout videos and stuff like that, man. And just the gods have been great, man. Gods have been great.
Well, it is. I see that you started off well in the military, and then one little accident threw a complete monkey wrench into your entire life like this. But see, there's people out there that literally go through what you went through, or even less than what you've gone through, and they just drag it out the rest of their life and they never achieve anything. So you got, an unfortunate accident, put you in a wheelchair. 5 years, basically, your life was screwed. But you've come out on top in just a short amount of time, and you didn't let anything define you from that chunk of period right there. And you're still happy that you served your country. That little time period there sucked, but you're crushing it now. And
negative things are meant to happen in our life, man. The negative moments that come around that suck are there for a purpose.
Yep.
They're either going to make us turn into the people that we're supposed to be, or you're just going to sit there and let it eat away at your soul for the rest of your life.
Yep. How can people get a hold of you or find you on your website, any of your social media handles?
So I got a website. It's sgtbc.com. It's SGT, then BC for bigcountry.com. We tells a little bit about my story. But there's a documentary actually coming out about me this summer that was filmed last year. It's called The Rise of Sgt Big Country. If you go to IMDb TV and type in that, you'll actually see the cover come up. It'll be out on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and whatnot. Facebook. The easiest way to get a hold of me is through Instagram. That's SG Big Country, just like it says on my shirt. Message me there. We just came out with some really cool merch. Anybody who goes to get merch, the little bit that I make off of it, man, actually goes through to help pay for competition fees and my competition stuff, man. It gets to be expensive. Just traveling in hotel rooms on average is about $2,000 to $2,500 per competition, depending on if I'm out of state. So, yeah, you can get through to me that way. TikTok is SGT Big Country Official. You know, I put a lot of my workout stuff on there, man. That's been pretty good to me, but keep putting content out there. We're actually thinking about getting some different cameras and stuff. Thinking about starting a YouTube page and trying to build some stuff up on it, man. With a couple of different things that we got going on. But just one thing, to the viewers and stuff, some people really don't agree with the way that I think, but to the veterans or people with disabilities that are sitting there right now, number one, your happiness is under your control, not anybody else's. Everything is up to you. You can either sit there and tell yourself that you can't do something and be miserable the rest of your life because nobody's going to hand it to you. Or you can get up off your butt and start doing the uncomfortable things and the hard stuff to get back to being happy. It's not easy, but it's well worth it in the end.
It is worth it. So when are you running for president?
Man, a lot, and I shit you not. There's so many people that have said that in the last couple of years. My good friend Eric Robinson just recently passed away a couple of months ago. Was putting out there at one point in time. He goes, Big Country was running for president. Would you vote for him? There was a lot of damn people that said yeah. So I told the wife, I was like, you know what? I think I might hang up the parasports by 2028. I was like, by then I'm already old enough to run and stuff now, but I was like, might be a possibility that we try something. But man, them guys got so much damn money to do campaigning and all that crap, man. I don't know if I got the money to do all
that. Makes it hard for us small guys, but hey, you never know. You never know. You keep this build up and everything, with your determination that I've seen so far through social media and just talking to you. And I do hope we do talk again at some point, but your determination and what you've gone through just the last couple of years to improve yourself and improve your standing in life, it's amazing. There's so many people that in your position would have just been on the side of the road or in a gutter or dead. So, it's amazing to see not just veterans, but people in general just, not let stuff define them. And you're improving yourself more than most people I've ever seen in my life. So, and 310 pounds, I mean, you're a force to reckon with. And I do hope the best for you in all your games coming up. And so, but
I appreciate it, bro.
We will stay in contact with you, and I will definitely keep following you. If there's anything you want to say to the veterans before we get off here.
Like I say, man, it's bottom line. It's everything's your decision, your happiness, and your control of life. We can give you the tools to make things easier, but at the end of the day, that you're going to have to put the work into it. But you got this. You made it through certain points of your life that you never thought that you made it through. You can make it through the hard times right now.
I got to ask one last question. How did you get the name Big Country? Who gave that to you?
So, whenever I got to Germany, apparently, people never heard a true Southern accent. Now, my accent is nothing like it used to be. But my mother sergeant came knocking on the door one day and was blown out the water, man, of how deep Southern, just y'all can't tell me what to do. It's just, it was really, really bad, man. And it just started from there, man. A lot of people were from up north, and while we was at Fort Knox for basic training, we were getting taught extra stuff, so they were trying to knock you out by hitting you in the neck. Yep. Well, they booked the blood vessel in my eye, and I went to the TMC, and the doctor was like, well, what do you think we're getting ready to do here, soldier? And I was like, well, I reckon we're getting ready to read this eye chart. He said, holy shit, you big country son of a bitch. just my accent, the first 3 years of the military, man, was just true Southern hillbilly backwoods redneck as could be. So
I've heard a few. I've heard a few because I was in 14 and a half years where they medically retired me. And I've heard a few. And there's, I'm from Illinois. So listening to Southerners, it's like, I live in Texas now and I
yeah,
love it. But some people say I got an accent. And it's like, no, I don't. I speak from Illinois, but I don't know.
I dated a girl from Maine while we was in Germany, man, and it was funny. Just like when we're going through getting all our shots and stuff to get ready for deploy, people just, country, just talk. Say green beans, say taters. We just want to hear you talk. And I'm like, y'all really get a kick out of it, ain't you?
Uh, well, it's nice talking to you, Brian, Sergeant Big Country. And this is another episode of the Swandingo Files, and I will be in touch with you later.
Sounds good, brother. Have a great